Hello, I'm Sharon Taylor, founder and CEO of the Business Vision and Development Center. So let's chat. And what's the tea? We're going to be talking all things business. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about Vice President Harris's proposed policy for small business startups when and if she gets elected. So let's just dive into it. So, most of the questions that I've received, emails, phone calls, DMs, is about the tax break that she is proposing for small businesses. So, currently, entrepreneurs can only deduct up to $5,000 in startup expenses. These expenses must be incurred before opening the business. So that means you are putting money out before you are able to reap the benefits of the tax write off. But the proposal is for $50,000 tax deduction. That's right, 50K. So it's a massive increase to 50K in deductible startup costs. It's an immediate write off rather than amortization. It covers expanded categories of expenses, and there is no phase out for expenses exceeding 50,000. And it applies to businesses starting after policy implementation. So, what does that mean after policy implementation? Well, it says to me that you would have to start your business after the policy is finalized and they sign on the dotted line. It doesn't sound like businesses that start now before the election would benefit from her proposed policies. It doesn't sound like businesses will be grandfathered in. So, one of the main questions I get is should I wait until she becomes president before I start my business so I can benefit from these proposals? I don't know. One thing I do know is that the wheels of government sometimes turn slowly. So you may be waiting well into 2025, maybe even 2026 to start your business to reap these benefits if the policy is implemented as it's proposed. So you as a entrepreneur and business owner, you're going to have to weigh the pros and cons of that. So some of the real world examples of who's going to benefit or what the write-off could be is like a restaurant. So you're going to have kitchen equipment, initial inventory, location renovation, staff training. You know, all these things, even if you're not a restaurateur, can be very costly. But the total potential savings could be well above $15,000. So right now, like I said, you get 5K to write this off. If this policy is proposed and accepted, you could see a potential of $15,000 in savings. The other business industry that they're talking about are professional services firm. That's me. So but my business has already started. But hopefully, there will be something down the line to help entrepreneurs who are already in business. But for startups, the proposal will give startups money for tax write off for office setup, professional certifications, marketing materials, client acquisition costs, which potentially could save the professional services industry $10,000 in tax write-offs. That's a nice chunk of cheese. Some of the other things that she's proposing is cutting red tape. Right now, there are so many challenges when it comes to registration. So, some of the challenges are it averages 40 plus hours to do initial paperwork to do a registration. How do I know? It's probably way over 40. I do business formation and registrations. And trust me when I say it takes a lot more than 40 hours, but I guess that's the average. The other registration challenges are multiple agencies requiring separate applications, conflicting requirements between jurisdictions, high costs for professional assistance, that's me again, and complex compliance with requirements. So, especially in our area, District, Maryland, Virginia, the DMV, one jurisdiction will have a set of regulations or things you need to comply with. And right across the street in Maryland or Virginia, you have a different requirement. But I mean, we're literally right across the street from each other. So hopefully that will change. So, what is she proposing? Streamlining measures, which include digital integration. Digital integration is single online portal for all registrations. As a SBA employee, I can tell you that the Small Business Administration is currently working on doing just that on the certification portal, which is going to include women-owned business, veteran, hub zone, 8A, and mentor protege. So they are kind of getting ahead of it and getting in line with what their customers need to see. Also, some of the main streamlining measures will be automated, automated form population, real-time application status tracking, and digital document storage. What I like about this is that if you have ever tried to register or get certifications and you have to constantly upload your license, upload your profit and loss statements, go over here for this, try and figure out where your application is. This is going to be key, not just for the entrepreneur, not just for the startup, but for the persons like me who do business registration and business formation. The other thing that she's proposing is process simplification. Lord knows, sometimes it's like putting a chair together with 100 parts with a picture that's this small and trying to figure out what goes into what. So, the process simplification proposes unified application forms, concurrent processing, automated notifications, and standardized requirements. That's going to be pretty cool. Local government incentives proposed are federal grants for modernizing systems. Everybody wants a grant, even the federal government. So hopefully this gets enacted. Performance-based funding, technical assistance programs, best practices sharing network. That is key. No more gatekeeping. Even as a business owner, if you have a means of doing something that's easy or you found a better way to do it, please share it. Please share it with us. Please share it with your colleagues. Please share it with the people in your network. During 2025, on my strategy list and things to do, is to focus on occupational licensing. So I'm going to be working with cosmetologists, barbers, estheticians, nail techs, those kind of things on building their businesses and their brands. And so, what she is proposing, Vice President Harris, is interstate license recognition, experience based qualifications, streamlined testing procedures, reduced waiting periods, and lower fee structures. So, people in those industries that require occupational licensing, this is definitely for you. Another proposal is tax filing improvements. And I know some clients that are currently doing this first one, which is quarterly filing options for new businesses. And what it does is working with your CPA, figuring out how much you're going to owe or should be paying on your taxes at the end of the tax year. So this allows you to file quarterly, pay what is estimated or above. And so at the end of the year, the chances of you owing are lower. And in some cases, you get a refund. The other tax filing improvements include simplified bookkeeping requirements, free tax preparation tools, and extending the filing deadlines for the first year. And I'd really like to see this because some of us or some of you may not start your business in January. It may take you a while to get all your ducks in a row. And so you may need that extra time to file to reap those tax benefits. So I am hopeful that this will happen. The next thing I want to talk about that most people have never heard of or not sure what it is, and that's CDFI. CDFI are Community Development Financial Institutions. They are mission driven financial organizations. They focus on underserved communities. They have, she is proposing that they get federal certification and oversight, which they should when dealing with money. And typically they're banks, credit unions, loan funds, those sort of things. And I will do a deep dive into CDFIs at a later date and let people know how to find them in their jurisdiction. She's also proposing financial support like lending products, the microloan program, $500 to $50,000. SBA already has the microloan program up and running, so check that out if you're interested. And you can also reach out to me and work on working capital loans, equipment financing, real estate loans, line of credit options, and more. My take on funding options and financial support is that when starting your business bank account, go in, talk to the people in the bank, develop a relationship, let them know what you're trying to do, and then see what kind of assistance that they offer. Because you want somebody that you have a relationship with. You want somebody to know when you come in the door, hey, Miss Taylor, come on over. We got some things that you might be interested in. Hey, Miss Taylor, I see that you put in an application for a line of credit. Let's go over that and see how we can make this work. That's what you want in a bank when you open up your business bank account. I digress. So now let's go on to proposed technical assistance. That's me. Business plan development all day long, financial management training, got a resource for that, marketing strategy support, resource for that, and compliance guide. So these are the things that are proposed. I'm looking so forward to this election season. Can't wait to see what it means for us, small business owners and entrepreneurs. If you want to join me on my YouTube channel and talk all things business, let's chat, let's have some tea. You can leave a comment. You can email me at info@thebvdcenter.org. You can go on my website, www.thebvdcenter.org, click Get Started. You can reach me anywhere on any social media platform. And we will see you on the other side. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss a thing.